Hello there. I hope you've all had a lovely time enjoying these sounds of ocean waves. Hang on. I've got rid of my stream deck, so it's hard to push buttons now. There we are. I've done that with just my mouse and keyboard, especially for you. Hi, and welcome once again to Translating Moby Dick, or Moby Dick for Normal People, or whatever else we were going to call this. I'm Sam, and it's been over 3 weeks. Has it been 3 weeks, or how's it been, Andy?
Yeah, it must have been 3 weeks. I think we did one just before I disappeared.
Under mysterious circumstances, it
Yes.
must be said. I disappeared under normal circumstances because I knew what I was up to every day, and no one else needs to worry about that.
All right. What a mysterious start to the show.
It's intriguing, isn't it? Doesn't it make you want to stick around?
No.
We're a bit rusty at this. Rusty as a jagged scalpel.
I'll tell you what, though, I might be a bit rusty, but I am excited to be getting back to some Moby Dick times.
Me too.
I
I've
just-
been reading another book though. I've been cheating on Moby Dick a bit.
Has it got whales in it?
Not yet. It's got Greeks in it. Reading Circe.
Oh, cool.
It's about a woman who just fucks everyone up, and I'm like, "You go, girl." That seems to be it.
It's mainly Odysseus. Or is she?
JT's talking about the audio. Hold up.
Uh-huh.
Is there an adjust for Andy's cam focus? Ah, yeah, I gotta fix that up. And Andy, you're fucking off on
What's
the
that?
right wing,
What's
like a
happened?
villain. Oh yeah, there you go. There's your fix there. For all you perfectionists out there, that one's for you.
Was I unnerving
also
people
fix-
just by being a bit off center?
I think so.
But then I
I'm
knew.
also off. Fuck. I got too many monitors. There we go. That's a more physical, visceral fix, that one. Right!
I was about to say I've been learning a bit about Greeks as well.
Oh yeah?
And my favorite bit about Odysseus, one of Circe's victims slash people she messes with.
Odysseus lived though, right?
What's that?
Did Odysseus
Yeah.
survive?
Yeah, he got away. He just had to cry a lot and complain every night about like, I really want to leave, and she's like, do you though? Because mind powers, and he's like, I guess not. But yeah, one of my favorite bits is it was a lecturer talking about the way that Greek leaders perceived themselves, and he showed two different scenes of Odysseus being accused of being things. And in one of them, this guy's like, hey, Odysseus, you ride around in a boat and you like steal stuff. Are you some kind of pirate? And he's like, nah, not really. That's funny though. And then contrast that with another scene where he's sitting around a fire with this guy, and this guy's like, do you want to play some discus? And Odysseus is like, not really. I'm miserable and I've been trying to get home for like 20 years. I don't care about playing discus. And the guy says, oh, you must be some kind of merchant. And Odysseus' reaction is, what the fuck did you just call me?
Merchant service!
Yeah. So apparently it's okay to being accused of being a pirate. That's kind of cool and funny. Being accused of being a merchant is like, I think the most translations translate it as, that is a black thing you've just said to me.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well,
So
that's
this-
some good Odysseus facts.
Yeah, it's a shame that has nothing to do with the material we'll be looking at today.
No, but there was a dig at the merchant service.
True.
And that's what we're all about right here. We don't like merchant boats. We like whaling boats.
Mm-hmm.
8 whales. Love whaling boats. Simple as. So, we should probably, because it's been so long, throw in a very quick recap, which I'm not going to put some music on this time because I'm not recording locally, and it turns out that Twitch have started muting my VODs, and I don't like that because of copyrights and legal issues. So, what we'll do, we'll take up a new approach, and we're going to go as quick as we can, Andy. And what we're going to do is take it in turns to say one sentence about what happened, and we're going to have to be as fast as we can.
Okay.
So, I'll start. There's a fella called Ishmael,
He wants to go whaling.
and he fucking goes nuts if he doesn't get to go whaling.
He goes to New Bedford.
Where he meets his best friend and husband, Quick the Cannibal.
Yep. And they decide to travel on together to Nantucket.
And when they get to Nantucket, they have loads of chowder.
And that's pretty much all they do there, except for looking for a ship.
And they found a ship and it's made out of bones, and everyone's insane.
And for some reason, that doesn't strike them as being a bad omen, so they sign up for the voyage.
And they've just started, and here we go. That was incredibly concise.
That was painless, wasn't it?
That's how you should write blurbs. All right, so we are gonna hop in. I really miss my simple button push to change this. We are gonna hop on to that one. And we are doing chapter 24, The Advocate. Andy, you look like a guy who knows about words. What's an advocate?
I mean, I think literal mean, is it just somebody who speaks for you?
It's a lawyer or hype man, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Oh man, imagine if you could combine the two roles.
I think that's what they should do.
Well, but like also your lawyers, like they'll go through all your formal like legal briefs and stuff, and then but before you come in the room, they'll just stand next to the door, and as you walk in, they'll just go, "Yeah."
Oh, they need to get a microphone. They got to introduce you and say, "Accused for multiple murders." I don't think he did it. I don't think you think he did it either. It's the innocent Jimmy murder guy sort of thing. I think that'd be really good. And they play a bit of... You walk in like it's a boxing match. They play a bit of music. A bit of pyro goes off.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's becoming a bit of a wrestling match. Which
Yeah,
might
the judge has to wear a striped shirt.
Do you think that might work against Jimmy Murder Guy's case?
No, people love... someone who's as honest as Jimmy Murder Guy. Like, if you call, like, Timothy innocent, no one's gonna believe you.
You think it's the hypocrisy that people can't stand?
It's like, well, he's got to prove he's innocent. You can't just call himself innocent. That's for us to decide. The audience jury, think that he's putting words in their mouths.
I think this is a nice window into what it would be like if we were lawyers. That you'd just be turning to the jury and be like, "What do you think, audience?"
Can I get any innocence in the chat? Alright, we should probably crack on because we've got to have tea after this.
Cool.
So, chapter 24, The Advocate. As Queequeg and I are now fairly embarked in this business of whaling, and as this business of whaling has somehow come to be regarded among landsmen as a rather unpoetical and disreputable pursuit, therefore I am all anxiety to convince ye landsmen, of the injustice hereby done to us hunters of whales. He's only been on the boat 5 minutes.
That's a really good point.
And it's already busting out, ye landsmens.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes ago, somebody was dunking on him for saying that he was a real sailor for being in the merchant service, and like they haven't left sight of port, and he's like, "Yeah, whalemen like me,
Like, just like me, I'm qualified now." All right, so
to be fair, they're not going to get a replacement at this stage, are they?
no, it's a bit late for that. All right, so we open with. So a lot of people. Let me tell you. Let me tell ye. We're starting with a year. We're going to be on ye's by the end. Let me tell you. Lots of people, they don't think whaling is very cool or handsome. Cool or fashionable.
Oh yeah, I was going to say aspirational, but fashionable's better.
Or that whalers are generally very handsome. That's the sort of thing that landlubbers go on about. I'll tell Ye what, matey? You look around this ship. You look at salty dogs like me and my shit. I need piratey ways of saying you look around and you see people like me and my handsome burly husband Queequeg, and you know what? You might be thinking different, but you wouldn't, because you would never see us, because you're just another normal land bastard who doesn't look at people as good as us ever, because all you're seeing is people in towns.
That sounds good to me. Just that verbatim.
What did I say?
So it's not...
Look at salty dogs like me and my burly husband Queequeg, and you think, wow, now those are some great, powerful, and
Wait a second. Are we getting ahead of ourselves here? Because he's about to go on to explain why this attitude is wrong.
I'm going to come round to that, I think. I don't know, I've mostly forgotten what I just said, so keep me back on track. There's some great, powerful, and cool guys. Oh, wait, no, it need to be sailor talk. Great, powerful, and,
salty.
Yeah, salty guys. But ye know what? Ye wouldn't. Ye wouldn't say that because ye wouldn't see us. We'd be out here on the waves looking for whales, and you'd be in some stupid city on stupid land, loving it up. Working a desk job.
This is my balanced opinion. I do like the idea that this is the real reason Ishmael has written this book. It's because people think whaling isn't cool. And he needs to set the record straight.
Moby Dick or the whale or why whaling is cool.
You should actually change that, like, probably right now.
Okay, let's do it. Where's my scrolly wheel? Where is it? Oh my god, we've written so many pages, it's so tiny.
Yeah.
Moby Dick for normal people. I mean...
Yeah, so this is page 64, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Moby Dick. Or... the whale. Or... whalers are cool, actually. Right. Okay. Right. Desk job. Alright, I've probably gotten ahead of myself here. Let's see how it goes.
That's okay. Okay, I'll do... Are we ready for next paragraph?
Yes!
Okay. In the first place, it may be deemed almost superfluous to establish the fact that among people at large, the business of whaling is not accounted on a level with what are called the liberal professions. If a stranger were introduced into any miscellaneous metropolitan society, it would slightly advance the general opinion of his merits were he presented to the company as a harpooner, say, and if in an emulation of the naval officers he should append the initials SWF, sperm whale fishery, to his visiting card. Such a procedure would be deemed preeminently presuming and ridiculous.
Okay, I got the breakdown on this one. Super whale fellow.
Whale guys don't carry business cards.
Ah, that's what we say, yeah.
And if they did, it wouldn't say silly acronyms.
Whale guys don't carry business cards. You see one of us unlucky enough to be on land for more than 30 seconds. And maybe we've been dragged along to some fancy party. Probably because they met someone who was instantly awestruck by how cool whalers are. That person at that party, what are they gonna say? Hi, I'm a harpoon guy, and I kill whales for a job. You're going to think they're not a serious professional like you or anyone else you know who writes words or moves papers around for a living. And let me tell you, you'd be a fucking idiot to think that. Wouldn't you?
We're coming out swinging this week.
The temerity of you people. Right.
So this is 3 weeks worth of pent-up rage at these landlubbers.
These fucking lubbers.
Do you think just by absorbing so much of Moby Dick, we're in a way as experienced as Ishmael is by this point?
I think we definitely are.
Yeah, I'm getting...
I've been on boats. People haven't paid me to be on boats, but we've been on them.
I've been on several ferries in the past few weeks.
There we go. We've seen seals.
We've both seen seals, yeah.
There's another blubbery mammal that we could probably land a harpoon shot on.
Yeah, if needs be, yeah.
Once we've range-finded it with cobbles.
Yeah, as is traditional.
Right. Okay.
I like Emma's suggestion of Super Whale Fellow for the SWF abbreviation. I could see that on a t-shirt.
It just raised a lot of questions, doesn't it?
At
parties, people would not be thinking you were very professional.
But it would definitely be more popular than sperm whale fishery on a t-shirt, I think. Maybe that's the first line of our merch. Maybe we should make Super Whale Fellow. It's just like an Obra Dinn style, like starkly lit picture of some guys hacking at a whale by moonlight. So I like it. So we've softened it. So we've made it seem ambiguous. Like maybe they're not killing whales. They're just a whale
Super
fellow.
Whale Fellow.
But then you're letting the picture tell the story.
They're just mining for blubber. I might actually draw that. That'd be good. I got 2 weeks off, so we'll see.
Amazing. It's about time we had merch.
Sorry, I think you've killed my wife. Right. What a pity. Next paragraph.
Okay.
Doubtless one leading reason why the world declines honouring us whalemen is this. They think that at best our vocation amounts to a butchering sort of business, and that when actively engaged therein we are surrounded by all manner of defilements. Butchers we are, that's true, but butchers also. And butchers... what? Butchers we are, that's true, but butchers also. And butchers of the bloodiest badge have been all martial commanders whom the world invariably delights to honour. And as for the manner of the alleged uncleanliness of our business, ye shall soon be initiated into certain facts hitherto pretty generally unknown. Oh. Ye shall soon be initiated into certain facts hitherto pretty generally unknown, and which, upon the whole, will triumphantly plant the sperm whale ship at least among the cleanliest things of this tidy earth. But even granting the charge in question to be true, what disordered, slippery decks of a whale ship are comparable to the unspeakable carrion of those battlefields from which so many soldiers return to drink in all ladies' plaudits? And if the idea of peril so much enhances the popular conceit of the soldier's profession, let me assure you that many a veteran who has freely marched up to a battery would quickly recoil at the apparition of the sperm whale's vast tail, fanning into eddies the air over his head. For what are the comprehensible terrors of man compared with the interlinked terrors and wonders of God?
Whoa.
Fuck me, right.
Is it just me, or has he really got into his yees all of a sudden?
He's a yee man now.
Yeah, I feel like is it my imagination, or was he not saying ye that much?
He did not say it at all. He said it once as a joke, I think.
And
Chapter
then
24. I say ye now.
Is this Kanye West lyrics?
Oh, that's my background noise I just tabbed onto there. Alright. Let's fall asleep with powerful waves at night on Musedu Beach, if you must know. For all you wave enjoyers. Right. So.
Okay. We can get into it. I think we could make this shorter.
I think we can, but there's a lot of good shit in there. Alright. Cool. Okay. So. Let me break it down for you. Because I doubt you'll have put much thought into your own prejudices. You and your lot think that whaling is a bit gross because it's basically being a butcher of the sea. See, is that right? Well, well, first of all, everyone loves a butcher. So, make a note of that one.
Okay, strong start.
Okay, there we go. Oh, he's saying martial commanders, as in like generals and stuff, are basically butchers.
Yeah.
Ah.
So butchers also, and butchers are the bloodiest badge have been.
Right.
So
Okay.
not just butchers, but the worst kind of butchers, the one that gets loads of people killed.
Yeah.
Seems to get loads of honors.
You know who else they call butchers? Military guys. Military guys. Getting loads of people killed and whatnot. Processing far more meat than any whaling voyage. And you know what? People bloody love them.
Okay, so there's two other good points in here, and that's that whaling is really scary.
Yeah.
And his whale's tails in particular are really, really scary. And also this other good point, this bit of foreshadowing where he's like, I'm not going to tell you about it now, but when I tell you how clean whales actually are, you're going to change your tune.
Right. Okay. You get a soldier walking up. People bloody love him. You get a soldier walking up at that party where everyone's asking why a whaler doesn't, you know, where everyone's being snooty about a whaler.
like this. We're still trapped cognitively in Ishmael's imaginary party where people don't like him.
People don't respect whalers.
Yeah.
That soldier's going to have sexy ladies throwing themselves at him. He's been out there hacking men apart.
You don't know where he's been.
He confessed to... You confessed to hacking a whale's head off, though. And they look at you like you're a monster.
They're like, I don't know about this guy.
Well, let me tell you. Tell ye something about monsters, though. Whales. Full stop. Whales, full stop. Whales is monsters. You get any average soldier and show him some of the crazy shit that a whale can do. And let me tell you, is this a record of let me tell yous?
Yeah, I think so, but it's good.
And let me tell ye, that soldier's going to... Wait, when was this written? What was a great battle to compare it to? The Somme?
No, that's too... we haven't got there yet. I mean, this is during the American Civil War. This has been released, so you've got stuff like...
Oh, was Gettysburg a thing? Is that a battle?
I don't know if it had happened when Moby Dick was published, because I can't remember
also,
exactly.
people who are reading it would not know what that is, probably.
But Bull Run, or maybe Antietam, or Silo, which probably happened.
I don't know it, and if I don't know it, no one else is allowed to know it, so...
What about any American Revolutionary War ones?
Wait, okay, I got an idea. Let me tell you, that soldier's going to... hack his keks. How do you spell keks? More times. More in the time it takes for a whale's tail to splash his face than he would have done over the entire course of the Civil War.
I'm looking up keg on the internet. Isn't it kegs? Isn't that what it's like?
Kegs.
It's kegs.
I'm going with Kaki's kegs.
I mean, I like kegs, but I think this might be our invention.
Okay, that would be research required.
Although, actually, when I type in kegs, the first thing that comes up is Kex men's underwear, so that works.
There we go! Alright!
You're getting sponsorship.
Sponsored by Kaki Kex men's underwear.
If you're going to sea and you haven't seen a whale's tail before...
Get yourself some Kaki Kex!
Well, just get yourself some kegs.
Make sure you're wearing Kex.
Yeah, don't buy khaki ones. That's like... that kind of defeats the purpose.
What was the other point we needed to... Oh! So I need to get in the line about here are some things pretty generally unknown. Okay. Bonus fact. You shall soon be initiated into certain things generally unknown. So get excited for that one. But did you know whale? Sorry. Did you know whales are actually Very clean.
This is the best paragraph yet, I think.
And people call whalers dirty. Right.
Some good, just to go back through the chat for some reactions during that. Couple from Val, he says, first of all, Ishmael loves a straw man. He certainly does. I like how until 5 minutes ago he had no experience of being a whaler, and he's definitely not said he has any experience of being a soldier, but he can say these things with confidence.
I think we should call that out.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Have him say, I've never been a soldier, but...
Okay, sorry, you go. I'm just going to...
I was just going to say, Val also says, can confirm, used Kex as a teenager to mean trousers. So there we go.
Hmm? Okay, so I'm just putting in what are the comprehensible terrors of man compared to the interlinked terrors and wonders of God, because that's a fucking banger of a line.
Yeah. I feel like if we're putting footnotes, we should put an asterisk there, and then when you go down to the footnote, it just says banger. Yeah. Are we allowed to do that? I guess we can do whatever we like.
Do what we want. Self-publishing, innit? Unless anyone would like to offer us lots of money for our idea and work.
Yes.
No one wants to do that. I dare you to prove me wrong.
I think this is the kind of idea where you pitch it and then they're like, oh, that's great. Do you own the copyright to Moby Dick? And then when you say no...
Yes.
And they're like, well, case closed. I don't have any kind of legal knowledge, so that's fine. As long as they don't have their legal hype man there.
I'm not paying a solicitor to look over this. People call whalers dirty. Very, very good. Okay, so at this point, I would like to take a little interruption. Because this works as well, because the next paragraph talks about us whale hunters. Right. So, I know that you might be reading this and thinking... Oh, sorry, ye. I know that ye might be reading this and thinking, Ishmael, you've been on that ship for like 5 minutes. Calm down on calling yourself a whaler and getting involved in all these prejudices and whatnot. You lunatic. And to ye, I say... What does he say to the... To ye... If someone was to point out at this point to Ishmael that he's kind of got a flimsy claim to being a whaler, and to ye I say...
It'd be like...
Get yourself on a whaling vessel! And then you can sass me back.
Well, it's specifically get yourself on a whaling vessel for more than 30 minutes, which is how long he's been on at this point.
Longer than I had at this point. And then you can keep landlubber. Okay, that works.
Excellent. We're making full use of I say ye now.
We are. Every you has to be a ye now. Just for this chapter, he will have forgotten by the next chapter, I bet.
Yeah, I'm predicting that. I think that's a good cold shot.
Okay, so next one's you.
So we're ready. I might go, because you had to do a long one there, I might go all the way down to puissant in whaling.
Puissant.
Puissant.
Oh, I'm feeling pretty puissant right now. Did you have a puissant evening?
Oh, this is why people come to us for a literary advice. Okay. But though the world scouts at us whale hunters, yet does it unwittingly pay us the profoundest homage. Yea, an all-abounding adoration, for almost all the tapers, lamps, and candles that burn round the globe burn as before so many shrines to our glory. But look at this matter in other lights. Weigh it in all sorts of scales. See what we whalemen are and have been. Why did the Dutch in De Witt's time have admirals in their whaling fleets? Why did Louis XVI of France, at his own personal expense, fit out whaling ships from Dunkirk and politely invite to that town some score or two of families from our own island of Nantucket? Why did Britain, between the years of 1750 and 1788, pay to her whalemen in bounties upwards of £1,000,000?
What?
And lastly, I
So much money!
I don't know where he's pulling this from, but it's great. And lastly, how comes it that we whalemen of America now outnumber all the rest of the banded whalemen in the world, sail a navy of upwards of 700 vessels manned by 18,000 men, yearly consuming $4 million, the ship's worth at the time of sailing? $20 million! Exclamation mark.
Wow!
And every year importing into our harbours a well-reaped harvest of $7 million. How comes all this, if there be not something puissant in whaling? The £1 million thing, when it says bounty, do you think that was on one whale?
I don't know.
Do you think there was just one whale blocking Portsmouth, just smashing all the ships?
I hope so. I hope that back then whales were made of tougher stuff than the ones that we get now. Just, I'm stuck on a beach, help me. And then the authorities come and just cram them with TNT.
Yeah.
Speaking of apocalyptic omens, did you see the one about, I can't remember what town it was, but there was an albino stag, like off Princess Mononoke or something.
Whoa.
Was wandering around the town and the police cornered and shot it.
What?
Yeah. This is magnificent white stag. And they're like, yeah, we called loads of animal charities, but no one will tell us what to do, and everyone's saying...
The RSPCA specifically said it'll find its own
Yeah,
way out.
all of the advice was just leave it alone. It'll just leave. Don't worry. And they're like, no one will tell us what to do! And so they shot it.
God, was this in the UK?
Yeah.
It's
What the
Liverpool, so-
fuck?
Welcome back, Andy.
I know, Jesus Christ.
Right. So, back to this.
I mean, just for context, I've just come back from a place where there's just bears wandering through people's yards.
The animals.
Yeah, just bears, and everybody's like, cool, bears live here.
I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was your closest bear encounter?
There was one came into I went off looking for them in the wilds and didn't find them, and then when I came back to the house, there was one just having a wander through the yard.
Oh.
And I followed after him, and he went down to some trees at the bottom, and I was like, oh, he must have run off into those trees. And then this head came up over a bush, which was quite close by, and he was standing on his back legs just going, because he didn't like the fact that I'd followed him, and I thought he'd run away. So that was as close as I got.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's the end of that story, I guess.
It's a good story, Andy. I'm just trying to figure out how to make this work. Alright. So we've just had... Talking about gatekeeping, they call whale... No one respects a whaler. Right. Okay. Here's another feather to put in a whaler's cap. You know, shrines? The things where people burn candles and whatnot? Well, where do you think those lamps and candles come from? That's right. It's Wales. So really, if you think about it... Sorry, if ye think about it, every shrine that exists is in praise of whaling. You just didn't stop to think, did ye? Alright, so that's that bit.
Nice.
Okay, and then we really get into the financials. And I don't think most people give a fuck.
Yeah, just a lot of money. At a certain point, it's a lot of money, isn't it?
Tell you what else. Sorry, tell ye. Tell ye what else. There's a lot of money in whaling. Millions of pounds. And if that wasn't enough for you, it's good enough for kings to show an interest in. So why won't you?
Nice.
Okay, I like that. Oh,
I like this.
fucking hell, this is a beefy paragraph. Alright.
Okay, good luck.
But this is not the half. Look again. I freely assert that the cosmopolite philosopher cannot, for his life, point out one single peaceful influence which within the last 60 years has operated more potentially on the whole broad world, taken in one aggregate, than the high and mighty business of whaling. One way and another, it has begotten events so remarkable in themselves and so continuously momentous in their sequential issues that whaling may well be regarded as that Egyptian mother who bore... This is just a famous Egyptian mother, I'm assuming, of the time.
Guess so.
Who bore offspring themselves pregnant from her womb. It would be...
What?
What?
That's impossible.
I'm gonna check. I'll fact check.
Google
You keep
Egyptian
going.
biology, please.
Some
Yeah.
kind of tumour. Like you can get people who have tumours with hair and teeth and stuff.
I
You
think it
can
must
get
be
people who have tumours with hair and teeth and stuff. Could you have a tumour that's pregnant?
But you could have a baby who's got one, so when they're born, it looks like.
Apparently, it's referencing an Egyptian goddess,
Which one?
the mother of Isis.
Too old, I don't know her.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
Egyptian mythology is my least favourite mythology. They
Yeah.
just have a guy with a dog's head and don't explain it. I think that's weird. You should cover this.
do you think nobody at no point that anybody explains the symbolism?
I don't
of
think
it?
they do, no. God of the
Oh.
Dead has a dog head.
I've
What?
just found out what the name of this woman is.
Mm.
She's called Nut, spelled N-U-T.
Okay. Okay, maybe Egyptian mythology is good. Oh,
God.
man. Gecko said lol, Emma. And it says it sounds like a fertility goddess or something. So if Nut is a fertility goddess, I think we're
Okay.
onto a winner.
That makes sense.
Okay, anyway, so we're back to right. One way or another, it has begotten events so remarkable in themselves and so continuously momentous in their sequential issues that whaling may well be regarded as that Egyptian mother who bore offspring themselves pregnant from her womb. It would be hopeless, it would be a hopeless, endless task to catalogue all these things. Let a handful suffice. We're going to get a list, aren't we?
Yeah, list time. Get excited, everybody.
I never made a list time alert while you were away. For many years.
We need a hype man.
Need a lawyer. For many years past, the whale ship has been the pioneer in ferreting out the remotest and least known parts of the earth. She has explored seas and archipelagos which had no chart, where no Cook or Vancouver had ever sailed. If American and European men of war now peacefully ride in once savage harbours, let them fire salutes to the honour and glory of the whale ship, which originally showed them the way, and first interpreted between them and the savages. They may celebrate as they will the flying heroes of exploring expeditions, ye Cooks, ye Krusensterns, but I say that scores of anonymous captains have sailed out of Nantucket that were as great and greater than your Cook and your Krusenstern. For in their suckless empty-handedness they, in the heathenish shark waters and by the beaches of unrecorded javelin islands, battled with virgin wonders and terrors that Cook with all his marines and muskets would not willingly have dared. All that is made such a flourish of in the South Sea voyages. Those things were but the lifetime commonplaces of our heroic Nantucketers. Often, adventures which Vancouver dedicates the 3 chapters to, these men accounted unworthy of being set down in the ship's common log. Ah, the world! Ah, the world!
What? That's good. You get the part, Sam. You get the part of
I
Ishmael.
would love to play Ishmael.
Oh, man.
We could pitch this to BBC. Hey, do you want to make
Yeah.
Moby Dick? And they'll say, do you own the copyright? And we'll say, yes.
I'll just have a hype man there with his arms folded.
It's true.
Yeah. This guy owns the rights to Moby Dick. And then he snaps up his briefcase with all of his legal briefs in and walks out of the room.
£3,000.
Yeah. He just whispers it loudly from the door. That'll be £3,000. And he's gone.
Oh, this was really good. But, Andy, do we need it?
Not really.
Let's move it. Let's leave it.
Should we just completely scrap it?
I
What
think
do you
we
reckon?
do. Like, what? It's just, hey, whalers are really cool.
I mean,
The part about explorers
yeah,
not knowing
You can-
shit compared to whalers.
yeah, you can summarize that in like a sentence saying, by the way, whalers have been everywhere first.
All right. Okay, what did they say? Cook? Sorry,
Cook.
ye
Cook.
think.
Vancouver
You think Cook? Vancouver?
or
Who was the Charles Darwin? Oh, Cruisen.
Stearns.
No one knows who the fuck... I don't even know who Vancouver is. I just know there's a town named after him. Presumably. Who's the other one?
Yeah.
Cook, Cruisenstern. Cook was the guy who had Darwin on, right?
No.
Who was
That
that?
was the let's have a look.
We don't.
Let's have a
It doesn't matter. You think?
Beagle, isn't it?
You think Captain Cook and all those other famous sailors were the first to go and see the things they're famous for seeing? Fuck ye for thinking that. It was whalers all along. Whalers, I say. Okay, I think we've covered it.
We have covered. I'm really I'm sad to read this from the chat, but I think the real reason we were like so bitter about that paragraph is that, as Dutch Gecko says, it wasn't a list. It sounded like it was going to be a list, and then it really let us
I
down
liked
hard.
that part. It was kind of a list. It was just a list of things that famous sailors said that they'd done, but actually whalers did it first.
Kind of, but it's just kind of the same point repeated, though, isn't it?
Yeah, which is why we've just put it down once.
Yeah. That's where we'd have an asterisk, and it would say, "Repeat this several times."
I have to keep "are the world, oh the world" though, so let's get
Oh, nice. So it's just one sentence, and then "are the world."
Fuck you for thinking that. It was whalers all along. Whalers, I say. Whalers who wouldn't make anything like top billing on a crew manifest for any of these fancy pants captains that you like. The real workers never get the appreciation. Ah, the world.
This is like
Oh, the world.
this is like a Who Won the World? Whalers, apparently.
It's true. Take that, Beyonce.
Did I?
Beyonce has been put on notice by whalers.
Oh,
I hope I don't get content
time
struck
for a
that.
diss. Time for a diss track against whalers and whaling.
The whaling community are going to release a diss track against Beyonce and Captain Cook. Oh god, we've been going for more than an hour, Andy.
Oh no, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no,
I'm
almost
enjoying it
an
too
hour.
much, Sam.
I'm enjoying it a lot.
I'm enjoying it too much, Sam.
I
That's
don't know
the
if we're going to
problem.
finish this chapter before we gotta go and have tea, because we're old and we have to have routine.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we did just destroy a whole paragraph without
Hey, that's true.
transcribing.
And
So
I feel
if
like...
we do that,
Because this one's called The Advocate, and The Advocate here is clearly your boy Ishmael.
yeah.
So if we can just figure out the gist of each paragraph...
Wait a second. I'm just scanning down, and there's going to be a lot of listing of people.
We get through lists.
I reckon we can summarize this pretty neatly.
Alright.
Okay, I'll blitz these next two paragraphs, and we'll see if there's anything that we need in them.
Alright.
Until the whale fishery rounded Cape Horn, no commerce but colonial, scarcely any intercourse but colonial was carried on between
Excuse me?
Europe. You heard me.
You said you said
There was
intercourse. Oh!
There was no
Oh
intercourse.
shit! No intercourse unless it's colonial. That sounds like a sex crime.
But it was carried on between Europe and the long line of the opulent Spanish provinces on the Pacific coast. It was the whalemen who first broke through the jealous policy of the Spanish crown, touching those colonies and
Intercoursing with those colonies.
touching those colonies, intercoursing with them, and if space permitted, it might be distinctly shown how from those whalemen at last eventuated the liberation of Peru, Chile, and Bolivia from the yoke of old Spain, and the establishment of the eternal democracy in those parts. So whalers freed some parts of South America.
Okay. I shall not be giving evidence. But
Yeah.
did you know? Right. Whalers freed and then established democracy in Peru, Chile, and Bolivia?
Nice.
Question
Okay.
mark. Right.
Next. That great America on the other side of the sphere, Australia.
That's not America, you fucking dumb.
That's why it's the great American novel. You can just say that a whole continent is another America.
That's so disrespectful to Australia.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the 1800s, so...
Well, they did
who's
say it
gonna-
was great, so...
Who's going to complain?
Not Australians.
No. Australia was given to the enlightened world by the whalemen. After its first blubber-born discovery by a Dutchman, all of the ships long shunned those shores as pestiferously barbarous. But the whale ship touched there. The whale ship is the true mother of that now mighty colony. Moreover, in the infancy of the first Australian settlement, the emigrants, was several times saved from starvation by the benevolent biscuit that the whale ship luckily
Benevolent
dropped
biscuit.
the whale ship luckily dropping an anchor in the water. Oh, if I had a ship, I would call it the benevolent
So
biscuit.
would I.
The uncounted isles of all Polynesia confess the same truth and do commercial homage to the whale ship that cleared the way for the missionary and the merchant, and in many cases carried the primitive missionaries to their first destinations. If that double-bolted land, Japan, is ever to become hospitable,
What?
it is the whale ship alone to whom the credit will be due, for already she is on the threshold. I think this is when Japan was like,
Lockdown.
no foreigners, please. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Australia.
Basically,
Polynesia.
you can't
Japan.
keep whalers out of places. They find
Seems
ways of
it.
getting in.
Japan. Inhabited? Thank the whalers for that one. Benevolent biscuits all round.
Do you think we should just change the name of this stream/podcast to Benevolent Biscuits?
I mean, I think that might be. I think that's a better name than Media Buddies.
Do you think people might get confused? They come for the biscuits.
I mean, that's always a risk. Doesn't matter what you're called.
Oh God, Emma suggested a drinking game for the list.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Benevolent Biscuit would be a good Twitter handle. Andy, you need another Twitter name, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Keep
Sorted.
it separate from your more wholesome pursuits.
Cool. Yeah, this can just be my debauched
Yeah,
Twitter
have a
channel.
Trashman account.
Hello.
Hello, ladies, it's me, Benevolent Biscuit. Alright, we're moving quick because everyone's got to eat.
Okay.
Um,
I've
Okay.
done that bit.
But if, in the face of all this, you still declare that whaling has no aesthetically noble associations connected with it, then I am ready to shiver 50 lances with you there and unhorse you with a split helmet every time.
Whoa.
Well, I know how we're translating that one. If after hearing all of this, you still think that whalers are sweaty, gross bastards, then I challenge you to a joust.
This is a...
I'll unhorse you, knock your helmet off, break lances off onto your body until there are no lances left at the tilt yard.
Nice. I like the way he phrases it because he says, I'm ready to, but then makes it sound like I'm ready to do it if I unhorse you and split your helmet every time. But if you unhorse me, it's off.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
the whale has no famous author, and whaling no famous chronicler, you will say. Oh, well, everybody knows that that's Moby Dick.
Well, but before Moby Dick, was there anything else?
You will say. And to that, I reply, hello? 4 question marks. The whale has no famous author, and whaling no famous chronicler. Who wrote the first account of our Leviathan? Who but mighty Job? Who composed the first narrative of a whaling voyage? Who but no less than the Prince than Alfred the Great, who by his own royal pen took down the words from Other, the Norwegian whale. Was there a Norwegian whale hunter called Other?
Okay, yeah, is it Arthur?
Oh, that would make sense. Uther, the Norwegian whale hunter of those times. And who pronounced our glowing eulogy in Parliament? Who but Edmund Burke? I'm going to suggest that we strike this from the record, because
Yeah,
Moby
that
Dick
sounds
is
fine
more
with-
famous than all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good point.
Except maybe the one about Job, because we did reference that before. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, because that's a callback, and everyone loves a callback.
Just say C chapter in church.
And if you're such a whale bigot that you discount my words, well, you've only got to look at the works of the OG whaling journalist. Whaling journalist. Yeah, that's right. It's Job from
It's
the
your
Bible.
It's your Bible boy, Job.
Oh, is it Job?
I think it's
Yeah.
Job, but
I thought his name was Job. Everyone calls it the Book of Job.
Job.
No one says that.
Yep.
Moving on.
I just got an idea for this next bit, Sam, because you haven't had the chance to scream very much during this chapter.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the indignant questions about what I think whalers are, and you should do the angry replies of Melville saying, "Actually, stupid." Does that sound good?
Just tell me when to talk.
Okay, so I'm going to do this first paragraph. So, true enough, but then whalemen themselves are poor devils. They have no good blood in their veins.
No good blood in their veins!
And then you can do that whole paragraph if you like, and then I'll.
They have something better than royal blood in there. The grandmother of Benjamin Franklin was Mary Morrill. Afterwards, by marriage, Mary Folger and one of the old settlers of Nantucket, and the ancestress to a long line of Folgers and harpooneers, all kith and kin to noble Benjamin, this day darting the barbed iron from one side of the world to the other.
Okay, we can probably get rid of that one.
Yeah, fuck it. No one cares about Benjamin Franklin.
Okay, let's try this next one. Good again, but then all confess that somehow whaling is not respectable.
Whaling is not respectable.
Whoa.
Whaling is imperial. By old English statutory law, the whale is declared a royal fish.
You can probably just copy and paste that, because that's perfectly understandable.
We don't even need the question framed before that. Whaling is not respectable, you might say. Ye might say. Unitalicized. Speaking of being unitalicized, have you heard the news about the Mario movie?
Oh, I only have one thing, but you tell me what the news is. I've been away from
Oh
civilization.
shit, we're going to get a
I guess.
live reaction here, folks.
Uh-huh.
Live reaction time. Alright. The voice. Potentially the actor, I don't know. I think it's going to be a CGI film. Mario is going to be played by Chris Pratt.
Oh.
Luigi.
Okay, sorry, keep going.
No, we're here for the reactions. We're milking
I was just going to
this.
say, if it's a CGI film, why don't they get the guy who just does the voice of Mario for all the games, that beloved voice actor that everyone immediately recognizes?
He's in it as Various.
Is Chris
Martinet.
Pratt going to do all the noises when he's jumping, where it's going to go, oh, oh, oh.
I doubt it. They'll make Martinet do all that. He'll just say, "Whoa, I don't know what's going on." Luigi is going to be played by Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a. If it were, I think there's some miscasting there. I feel like he should be Mario if anybody's being Mario.
I feel like
out
he
of those
should be
two
all the
people.
characters, and it should all be in his mind.
Yeah.
For Princess Peach, we got her off Queen's Gambit. I've forgotten. Anya Taylor-Joy. She'll be
Okay.
fine. I have
Yeah,
no
I mean,
beef.
Peach's voice is really annoying, so...
Yeah. Mario, I baked you a cake. All that sort of thing. That's my Peach
Yeah.
impression. I will be selling those on Fiverr later on. And we got... Bowser is going to be Jack Black.
Oh, cool.
Which just seems... I feel like he should be a big guy voice, you know?
Brian Blessed.
Yeah! Brian Blessed would have done a great job.
I mean, does Bowser talk?
No, none of them talk. Mario only ever goes, Ahoo! Oh, Luigi talks. Luigi's allowed to say things like, oh no, I hate this, no.
Luigi, whose surname is Mario. Luigi Mario.
Luigi Mario, yeah, everyone knows this.
That's...
And then we got Donkey Kong is in it for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
And that's Seth Rogen.
Oh, cool.
And that's our review of the Mario movie.
It's like, I mean, Charlie Day seems cool. I'm glad.
I'm really
he's
happy
getting
about the
Oscar.
Charlie Day one.
But like, it does sound like four people's voices who, if they kind of like weren't particularly high energy on that given day, would just sound like the same person.
Yes. And what they could have done is either just cast voice actors or just not make a film. It's fine.
I see this being a Sonic the Hedgehog, though. I think they're going to release, like, have they released the trailer yet? I bet they have they not.
Oh, you think they're going to recast all the, all the voices?
I think they're going to release a trailer and everybody's going to be like, I hate this. They're going to see Mario's mouth moving and hear Chris Pratt and be like, this is not something I want to pay for. And then they're going to have to entirely recast and re-record it.
Give Martinet the big bucks.
And
Charles Martinet, that's his name, yeah.
That's when we're going to come in.
Oh, please don't cast us as Mario and Luigi. I just want to know who's playing Waluigi. That's all I care about.
Wow.
No!
Or Wario, even. Somebody you can say, oh my god!
They're basically the same guy.
Yeah.
Wait, so, like, if just sticking on the Mario chat for a little bit. If Wario, just because we've never heard him do like effort noises, if Wario is supposed to be the antithesis of Mario, and Mario when he jumps goes wahoo, yeah, and things like that. What's the opposite of that for a noise to make while you're jumping really high?
Yeah, just kind of sonorous growls.
Grunting with effort. Hating every minute of it.
Yeah, that's the key. Like, Mario's always having fun. You've got to sound like you're not having fun at any point. It's got to sound like pain.
Wario for Sisyphus. Okay. Alright, back to this because we're near the end. And like I say, we've all got to go eat.
Okay.
Alright, whaling is imperial. By holding the statute of the whale is declared a royal fish.
Okay,
I know it's not a fish, but the Brits don't. Winky face. Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's only nominal. The whale himself has never figured in any grand imposing way.
The whale has never figured in any grand imposing way! In one of the mighty triumphs given to a Roman general upon entering his world's capital, the bones of a whale brought all the way from the Syrian coast were the most conspicuous object in the symboled procession.
Okay.
Oh, and we've got an asterisk for see subsequent chapters for something more on his head. I'm just going to leave the part about the Roman. No one gives a shit about the Romans. We're past Romans.
Okay.
Alright, we're leaving that one out. Yep.
Granted, since you cite that, but say what you will, there is no real dignity in whaling.
no dignity in whaling. Dignity of our calling the very heavens attest. Thetis is a constellation in the south. No more! Drive down your hat in presence of the Tsar and take it off to Queequeg. No more! I know a man that in his lifetime has taken 350 whales. I account that man more honourable than the great captain of antiquity who boasted of taking as many walled towns.
Nice.
And as for me, if by any possibility there be any as yet undiscovered prime thing in me, if I shall ever deserve any real repute in that small but high-hushed wall, in which I might not be unreasonably ambitious of, if hereafter I shall do anything that upon the whole... There's a lot of hedging here. Upon the whole, a man might rather have done than to have left undone, if at my death my executors, or more properly my creditors, find any precious MSS
Manuscript.
in my desk, then here I prospectively ascribe all the honour and the glory to whaling, for a whale ship was my Yale College and my Harvard. Wow.
This is his failed job interview. I do like this as like canonically though, where he's like, maybe after I'm dead, they'll find some kind of precious book in my desk and then print it, and then everyone will read it.
Okay, I can cover this. All right. There are more thoughts you might have about whaling being bad, and thousands more retorts I might have about why it's good. Oh, sorry, I had a U, didn't I? That needs to be a ye.
Yeah.
You might have about why it's good. But I think I've made my case, Your Honor. And so, while we're here, I'll just say, if by some chance you're raiding my office or my house after I'm dead, and you find some fancy big book or work of art or anything else you think might be pretty... might be good, worthy of repute, worth scholars looking at and all that stuff. Well, if that happens, don't put my name on it. Just put the author down as whaling. Is this... Did I miss the point, or is this... Does this work?
That sounds fine to me, I think.
It's not exactly what he says, but it's more hype, and people need higher stakes these days.
I like it. I think we'll come back when we do a recap next week. I think we'll get pretty hype when we get to this bit.
This is a good chapter.
Also, I don't want to foreshadow too much because we should leave it to next time. But the next chapter is just like 3 paragraphs which continue this argument.
Chapter 25 and another thing.
It's just like, oh, and also, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's us done for today. Do you want to have a read through, or should we do that?
I think we should do it next time, so
I
you can
think
go
so.
and get your tea.
Yeah, and so can you, and so can everybody else.
That's right, everybody.
I kept hearing this mic peak a little bit, and I think I might need to buy another one. I don't know. I'll listen to this back later on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's you or Discord. It keeps going a little bit
It's
robot-y
I can
sometimes.
hear it on my in-ears. It's it's designed for like long range picking up, and I'm yelling into it directly, which is probably not how you're supposed to use it. Which is a shame.
We do like yelling on this show.
We love yelling.
And everybody in chat loves yelling too, don't you, chat?
Can I get some yelling in the chat? There you go. That's one to get you started there. All right. So we'll probably do another one this weekend. Maybe one on Friday because I've officially stopped work on Thursday because I've got a new job. Yes. So we'll take it then. Yeah. Let you know when we're on. Andy, anything else you would like to share? Any good Canadian facts you picked up?
I mean, very briefly, I went to a place called Blubber Bay, which I think backs up Melville's point about whalers landing everywhere, because apparently the only reason it's called Blubber Bay is because some whalers landed there once and sorted out their blubber and then sailed away again.
Was there anyone to see this happen? And was it called anything before that, or did the whalers land and say, "This is Blubber Bay now"?
Yeah, that seems to be pretty much how it goes.
Huh.
I mean, you know, whalers first and everything.
They just travelled a lot. Okay, next chapter's a shorty.
Yeah.
And then the one after has the longest paragraph I have ever seen in my life. So that's going to be fun. Cool. So we'll leave it there. And we'll see you later. Do a little bit of a... Look at this for a transition. We're going to be waving. And then there will be a different type of wave on the screen. Watch this for some physics jokes. There you go. For all you oceanographers out there. Is that a thing? Emma, are oceanographers real? Emma says they're real. Yeah, see you later. I'm going to press the stop stream button now. Bye.